Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Never
Welcome.
mind, you're doing
Oh, I'll give you guys the mic in a sec, but yeah, this is a little nightmares race. Something I haven't quite done in actually I have last GoFF, but yeah, we got Lewzr against Cubeel.
that.
Lewzr is a British person, and Cubeel, where are you from?
He's from Sweden, I believe.
Um, yeah, so we got a bit of a
Um,
European battle. Um, but yeah, take it away from here.
yeah. So hi. As Mark said, I'm Loser, also known as Lewis, joined by Cubeel. Um, we're going to be doing a Little Nightmares 1 any% race for people that haven't played this game. This is a 3D sort of puzzle platformer, released almost 10 years ago now. It's been quite a while. Um, there's a lot of glitches, exploits, a lot of clipping out of bounds in certain places. It's a very glitch heavy run. Because of that, it's very volatile. So we'll see how the race goes. That time swings are absolutely huge in this game. Like you miss one trick and you lose like 40 seconds, and that's just like how it goes, really. That being said, unless you had anything else to say, you ready to get started?
No, I'm ready.
All right then. So we'll do a little countdown and we'll get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, so to start off, we're gonna restart from checkpoint here to skip this intro cutscene, and immediately we're gonna be talking about stamina management. So in terms of movement in this game, there isn't that much to consider. There are a few things which we'll discuss a little bit later, but as a general baseline of knowledge, 6 has 100 stamina, and this is an invisible meter that you can't see anywhere. So we need to be aware of this at all times and make sure that it never goes below 40, because if it goes below 40, then we're going to be going, we're going to start walking slow, and you have to regenerate your stamina all the way back up to 100 to start moving at max speed again. Um, so we're going to have to be aware of that at all times. So you'll see coming up in one of these later rooms, just the one after this, we're going to be stopping walking for just a few seconds. That gives us enough stamina to get through the rest of the room. And there'll be a lot of that just like invisible time save throughout the entire run. Now coming up, we got the first trick of the run. In this next room, we're meant to move a chair across this entire room, which takes a long time, and then use it to open a door. However, if we use a little bit of janky geometry with a plank on the floor, we can make a really precise jump and grab the handle. See if we get it here. First try from me. First try from Cuba. You love to see it. 2 first try door skips is not the most common of occurrences, so you love to see it. Now coming up, we're gonna have the first 0 hops of the run. So obviously I mentioned that 6 has an invisible stamina meter. If you drain that stamina meter down to 0 and then start bunny hopping, 6 will begin to gain speed at a rapid rate, and I believe it's uncapped actually, or the cap is so incredibly high that you would never reach it. That's what you see us doing here. You see we're just gonna get faster and faster and faster, and just keep going. And that was a relatively new discovery, and you're gonna be seeing that throughout a few different points in the run. Obviously, we can't do it everywhere because it takes us down to 0 stamina, so we're only going to do it at points where we don't need stamina in a future section. Alright, well, let's pray for RNG here. That bit, there's a little bit of RNG. If you land at a bad spot, one of those eels can just grab you and kill you. It's only a few second time loss, but it's just really annoying. And already, we're nearing the end of the first segment of the game, the rope segment. Make that tight jump there. And we're going to be doing a little strat here. As soon as we're going to open this door and slide through, and then as soon as we do, we're going to go to the pause menu and restart from checkpoint. And that's just going to take us to the end of that room, because it happens that the checkpoint for that room is right at the end, and it saves a few seconds. See that here? Gonna slide under, restart from checkpoint, and if we're really precise, we can make a blind slide through a hole there. And nice. That's actually a really good rope segment for me, at least. And looks like Cubeel also got a really good one. Nice looking like something like a 301, low 302 for me. Probably something pretty similar for Cubeel. It's not too common to get good ropes, at least for me. I don't know. Cubeel can speak for himself, but it's a pretty inconsistent and very reset heavy segment. So you love to see it.
Yeah.
Try and make a jump to that. Never mind. Oh, Cubeel's taking the lead. Okay, there we go. Now coming up, we have the first major trick of the run, which is light skip zip. Normally in this section, there's a this eye that spews light over the room, and if it sees you, then you die. However, what you'll see a Cubeel do is we're going to grab this block that's conveniently lying on the ground. We're going to place it in a specific spot. So, yeah, we're just going to place it in a specific spot, move back into another specific spot. We're going to grab it, and as we're moving towards it, we're gonna slide, and hopefully, nice. Look at that, 2 beautiful light skip zips, and yeah, we just completely skip over needing to wait for this cycle here. It saves a bunch of time. Pretty inconsistent strat, but again, surprisingly, it looks like we're getting 2 good prisons so far, at least. They're making use of the 0 hops again. Just build up a bit of speed, save a couple seconds. And coming up, we're gonna have the first hunger skips of the run. So there, within every chapter of the game, there's a section where Six is gonna get hungry, and she's gonna have 3 different points where she's gonna like stop, stand still, and have this sort of animation that normally you're not meant to skip. However, if you mash A and D on the keyboard, Six will do a trip animation. You see there, Cubeel did it over the trigger for that cues that animation, and then
really
doing
slow
that
one.
allows you to skip it. Yeah, and then the second one here, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to grab this wall over the trigger for over the trigger that starts Six's hunger animation, and that also is another way that we're able to skip it. And we don't skip that last one because it's the one that starts this guy throwing the bread, and without that, you can't continue unless you like grab the bread. So there we go. That was pretty good from both of us there. All the hungers so far. Now, for the rest of the prison, which is this first chapter of the game, we have basically one major skip that we need to do, which is very reset heavy. But until then, we're going to do some 0 hops here. Cubeel is a lot better at these 0 hops than I am. They're pretty precise. I'm not going to... Did you go for the god jump, Cubeel?
I tried, but I almost missed.
Yeah, if you like space all your jumps perfectly and just basically do everything perfectly, you can jump across that small little gap there that's down just off screen. It's very precise, and it saves like a second or two. That jump you just saw there is called the cage jump, I think.
Yep.
Saves a bit of time. It's kind of cycle dependent because this block swings back and forth. Luckily, it looks like we both got pretty good cycles here. And now we're coming up on the ender of early game runs, which is pulley skip. Basically, in this next section, you're meant to sort of backtrack towards the left once you cut out the power, and then come back around. But that's really slow, and we obviously don't want to do that. So we're going to do a trick called pulley skip. Now, there is a very easy way to do pulley skip, but it's very slow. So we're both going to be going for a much harder variation, which basically we're just going to send ourselves off the end of this. We're just going to jump off and hopefully hit some janky collision with the wall, and it ends up breaking our fall, meaning we don't die. We see Cubeel going for it here. Ah, just
Ooh.
barely missed it. That was really close. See if I can get it here and sneak into the lead. Maybe that works. Ah, dang, just unfortunate as well. This trick is stupid. It sucks. It kills like so many runs. Yeah, you can sort of see what I mean with this game. There's a lot of these tricks spread throughout the run, where if you miss them, your run's just kind of like over. And in a race, it can like you can be like a minute ahead, miss one trick, and then just like that, it's like even again. It's kind of crazy. You can see Cubeel's gonna go for the safer approach. I'm gonna give the harder method one more try. Okay, didn't hit it. Well, I'll go for the safer backup. Yeah. Anyway, what you'll see Cubeel doing is he's going to be restarting from checkpoint here. That just gives him an optimal cycle for this next portion with the lights. And just like that, he's basically just at the end of prison. He's just going to 0 hop through. And hopefully not get caught by the light, which is surprisingly easy to happen. Yeah, so this is the slower method of police skip. Just involves dropping down here. I guess realistically it only loses like 10 seconds or so, but at a sort of top level in this game, that's like almost like required. There we go. All done with prison, Cubeel. That must have been a pretty good prison for you, right? I mean, you had the one death on police skip, but outside of that, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you wanna go ahead and explain what you're gonna be doing now with the key jump?
I'll try my best. So first here we're supposed to do a little bit of stamina. What's it called? Stamina.
Management, yeah.
Yeah, stamina management. And up to these stairs, so we have enough stamina to get get ourselves up all the way. And right here we're supposed to do a really pretty precise jump from this faucet over here to, well, we're actually in the normal run we're supposed to do a little bit of puzzle here to get up to this key, but as you can see what I did, like I did a pretty precise jump from the faucet to climb from the cabinet all the way up and get the key.
Yeah, nice.
And we need this key to open this door to get to another elevator part. Well, to get it to the first elevator part.
Yes. One of 2 times we'll be coming back to this elevator. Yeah, so this is the lair. This is the second chapter out of 5. It's the longest chapter. It's probably the least interesting in terms of a speedrunning perspective, but at the same time, I mean, there's not really like, I mean, outside of the ladies' quarter, there's not really like an easy chapter in the run. But this is probably one of the easiest. Now, here we're going to be doing some more hunger skips. These ones are a little bit weird. So the second one, we kind of have to do partially blind because it takes place behind a foreground object. But that one's not too bad. But the last one is very awkward because it's kind of RNG where you get, like, where 6 gets hungry. So for that reason, we have to do 2, sometimes 3 hunger skips, just to guarantee that we get through. And yeah, you can see Cubeel missed that one. That pipe blocks the foreground, and it's just really annoying. We'll see if he gets this next one. You're gonna see he's gonna do more than 1, probably. He's gonna do 2.
Barely
Yeah,
missed it.
That's just kind of unlucky. At the point in which like 6 gets hungry, just kind of is random, and that's a relatively common occurrence between now and the rest of the game. It's prevalent in a few different spots. Let's see if I can get them. Allow me to claw back a little bit of time. The first one. Okay, nice thing got the second. We get the third RNG one. Nice, okay, got a 3. Somehow that one worked. Okay. Now, this next section is not too difficult. There's like kind of one major thing that you have to hit, which is we're introduced to the first sort of main like enemy of the like villain, if you will, of the run, which is the janitor, aka Roger. In this next section, in a couple of rooms' time, Cubeel is going to be doing a specific series. Well, I do a specific series of jumps. Cubeel just 0 hops through the room, which is nuts. I don't do that because that's way too hard for me and way too risky. But basically, we need to get through the room as quick as possible, making sure we stand on the fabric, because Roger is blind and will only hear us. He can't see us. And standing on fabric doesn't make any noise, so... See, we're going to be trying to make it through this room as quick as possible, make it into the next room without him following us. Sometimes he does follow you, and if he follows you, then it's pretty bad, because you need to spend some time turning this crank. And he can just, like, catch you in there, so we'll see if Cubeel got that. Nice, he did. So you'll see Roger, that door stays shut that's just behind Cubeel there. Sometimes Roger can come through if you do that room wrong, and it's really awkward. It can, like, completely kill your run. See if I get it here. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different strat. Instead of that, I'm going to be doing 4 consecutive jumps and then delaying my jump just enough to barely clip this fabric. And then hopefully Roger won't follow me through because he wouldn't have heard me. And nice, there we go. See, we got it. A small little time save that we'll be going for in this room that Cubeel's in is sliding in the shoes. The shoes drastically limit your movement. But if you time a slide just as you enter it, it can save like a second or so. And you get 2 opportunities to do that. Once just passed, and then once on this final bit. Did you get it, Cuba? I wasn't looking.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, the slides are really precise. I don't know what like the frame window on the slides are, but it's very precise. See if I get him. No, I didn't get the first one. You can see how slow 6 moves through the shoes, which is why sliding through them makes like such a big difference. Okay, nice. I got the last one.
Nice.
Alright, now we're in the elevator. We got a little bit of a breather. And immediately after this, what do you want? Do you want to explain the monkey jump? If you know the mechanics of it, I know it's a bit jank, but if you want to try and explain it.
Okay, so in this next room where there's like a box that you're supposed to just push away from the loose floorboard and just jump down, but there's also a monkey there that is like on the floorboard. I guess that's like supposed to be there so you know where to go. But there's some very wonky physics where you just jump on the monkey, and I think it's like a really weird thing with the collision, and like other objects just pushes other objects
It's
really
super
weirdly, and just adds a bunch of velocity to it.
Yeah, it's a very jank trick. There's the physics in this game are quite jank. Oh. Okay, there we go. Go through. Alright. In one of these next rooms, there's some shoes that are gonna fall from the sky, and we want to grab them as quick as possible and use them to open a door. However, they are extremely buggy, and there's a chance that 6 just won't pick them up, because they'll, like, clip into the floor, and that's in this room right here. So we'll see. And if that happens, Roger will just, like, kill you. So we'll see. That looked... Okay, should be okay. Okay, we're good. Made it through that room. Now, in this next room, there's a big piano. This is on a global cycle from when you enter the level. So, it's very, very annoying, because you need to use it to get across. And you'll see it's just, like, swinging back and forth. Okay, nice. I got a really good shoe grab. Yeah, and see, Cubeel got a pretty bad cycle there. Which is just kind of unlucky. It just is what it is. So you have to wait and lose a couple seconds. Oh, get up, please. Yeah, and see, I got also a pretty bad cycle. Now, this jump right here is actually surprisingly precise. We'll see if he gets it. Nice. Jumping around Roger there is really hard, because you need to jump far enough away from him to not aggro him and make him grab you, but also not too far away, because if you land on the wooden floorboards, then he'll hear you and grab you. So you need to land on this like slither of fabric. Just like that, we're in TV room with the most annoying audio in the entire game. Are you gonna let it play for the people that hear the end of the song? Very annoying. Now, Roger's gonna come through this door pretty slowly. We'll see how tight Cubeel cuts it here. You can cut it really tight and leave the room like almost as soon as he enters, but then there's a chance that he'll grab you, and then you die, and then you get like bad cycles, and it's very bad. But yeah, it looks like he made it through. Now we have a little bit of a chill section coming up, provided that the piano is on a good cycle here. It should be pretty free to get across, although disasters do sometimes happen. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we need to go into that TV room to grab this, this, like, thing to wind up the piano to get across. Oh, this room that Cubeel's in sucks, by the way. Sometimes when you let go of the minecart, it just, like, Six just like zips away. And if that happens, then there's a chance that you fall off. It's pretty rare, but it does happen sometimes. But yeah, coming up we have the Roger fight. I'm notoriously bad at the Roger fight, but this is like the first boss fight of the run, and there's a quick kill that you can do here, which saves like 10 seconds. Oh, here comes the buck punch jump. Nice. It's like a tiny time save, but you gotta go for it. Now in this section, Roger's gonna reach out and grab. We'll see if Cubeel goes for it. If you're really precise, you can jump straight over. Nice, just like that. That jump is really not free, unfortunately. Oh, 6 isn't cooperating. Yeah, so for the Roger fight, Cubeel's gonna stand at a specific point, wait until the last moment to move to bait Roger to grab. Just like that, and that delays him moving forward, which should, if he executes the rest of this well, allow him to kill him almost immediately. We'll see. Nice. Squeezing under there. Nice. That was beautiful execution. And just like that, we're done with Lair. Moving on to the kitchen. Cubeel, as I make my way through the rest of the lair, do you want to explain how bad kitchen is and how much it sucks?
Yeah, so the third chapter here is it has like the hardest the hardest part of this game is in the third chapter right here, at least in my opinion. And so first of all we have the hunger skips coming up in the next room after getting through this hook section right here, and one, like the first hunger skip here is actually not that hard. You just have to like crouch through a specific like way, and you should be fine. But then we have the second hunger skip here is actually like it's RNG. You don't really know where you're supposed to do it. So, but I do another way where like you stand here and hopefully get it. I didn't. But you're gonna see Lewzr do the other way, Louis, and like this. Now the third one, you can't really know. It's totally RNG, and I got the worst. You can get really close to the rat if you're just lucky enough.
Yeah, by buffering, sometimes the rat, like, you won't get a hunger animation, you can get, like, really close to the rat, which is faster than doing a normal hunger skip, I believe. Right,
yeah.
So that's my method of doing the first one. You can see I do another, another 2. Okay, I got pretty bad rat RNG. I do another 2 like we did at the end of, like, the third lair hunger skip. But that one's a lot worse, because there isn't, like, a clear visual cue of where to start for, like, consistency. Now, in this next section, we have the first of 2 chef clips. These are the biggest time saves in the entire run. When they were found, they saved literally, like, minutes off the record. Basically, we're going to be moving in specific ways to manipulate where the chefs go. And with that in mind, we're going to try and hopefully get sandwiched between the chef and the wall. And then if all goes well, the chef will clip us into the wall, and we're going to be able to go out of bounds into the next section. And we do 2 of these. The first one is the worst to miss because it's so long, the setup. Yeah, we bait him to grab us under there, which gives us time to get into the right position. We'll see if Cubeel gets it.
Yeah.
He's in the wall. You make it through, though? Probably, right? Nice, and there we go. Clip through the wall. That one clip saves, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or something crazy like that. These clips, like, destroyed the world records when they were discovered. Let's see if I can hit this one. Okay, this should work, but it's not an instant clip. It was a pretty slow clip. Sometimes you can get an instant clip where you literally just, like, immediately go through the wall. And that's obviously faster. Now in this next section, we're going to be using some meats to build a little rope for ourselves. And Cubeel got bad meats, but that's very common. The meats are super jank. There's, like, no consistent way to... Well, we have relatively consistent setups, but they're pretty bad. But ideally, you want to just be able to just get them straight in that hole, which is where you need them to go. See if I can get a good second meet here. That was actually pretty okay. It's this first meet is kind of awkward. Okay, anyway. That might... Wait, I just realized my third meet might not go down. This could be really bad for me, actually.
Let's pray for the best.
Okay, all three fell. Okay, good. Okay, now, the second of the chef clips. Coming up, we have, like, 3 really hard tricks back to back to back in this next segment. First of these is a second chef clip. Cubeel's going to do a slightly faster setup to me. He finds it easier for some reason, even though I think it's, like, way harder. But our goal is to clip through the door to the right of us. See him go for it here. You get it?
Yeah.
Nice, gets through. Now he's gonna be going for a jump off this thing. I don't even know what it's called, like a little sack, to make it onto the door, similar to what we did with door skip at the start of the run. Let's try the second chef clip. Nice, got through. Okay, nice, he got that. And then coming up we have the hook warp. Like with the door jump first try. It's a really close race. So basically, we're going to be grabbing these hooks as late as possible, which allows us to clip out of bounds. And because the hooks get reused at the end of the level, we will actually get warped to the end of the level with the hook. Nice, I got a first try there. We're like almost tied right now. This is crazy. You can see we just get warped to the end with the hook. And just like that, we're done with kitchen. Dude, that was 2 clean kitchens, dude. That was really good from both of us. I'm kind of... Honestly, you have no idea how much of a miracle that is to get through kitchen like that. This never happens. It's so rare to see, like, in a race. Like, normally we each lose, like, at least a minute here. And that's, like, pretty par for the course. But yeah, that was, that's quite the result. That's already surpassed my expectations. But yeah, we're like tied right now. This is crazy. And now we have we're gonna have some more zero hops. These are the biggest time save zero hops introduced. Unfortunately, I missed the last jump before the zero hops started, which means I have no momentum going into them. So Cube was actually in the lead now, but but it's still very close. Now we have a little bit of a chill section. So if you have any announcements or donations or anything, go ahead and read them out. We're just gonna be climbing up this this chain, and this takes like a minute. It's pretty boring, but coming up after this, we have the guest area, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, this section's just really boring. So how's your day going, Cubeel? Are you doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just a little tired.
Yeah, same. It's kind of early to be doing a marathon race, but here we are. How are you feeling for guest area? Are you confident?
I mean, like, I'm mentally confident, but my body's really nervous. My nerves are going crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're both on, like, pretty good runs, on, like 35 pace, probably, both of us. Like, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta make sure I don't die here. And we were doing a race just before this, and I died, like, right here. And I lost, like, a minute, because I had to climb up the whole rope again. It was a disaster.
The camera angle isn't, like, the best there.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Now it's time for the guest area. We only have 2 chapters left, and they're the shortest 2 chapters by far. For the most part, this level is not the worst, although there are still quite a few tricks that will just, like, happily kill your run if you miss any of them. The first of which is going to be sausage skip, which we'll talk a little bit more about when we get there. It's probably the most jank trick in the entire game. And no one's consistent at sausage skip, I feel like. It's just, like, stupid. But here we're going to be doing some more zero hops, and then we have a small little chase sequence, which the zero hops actually make really awkward, because that means that you go into the chase sequence with 0 stamina. But in general, it should be fine. So yeah, we're going to zero hop through this room, hopefully. Nice. And then try and regain some stamina for this room, for this chase sequence, which... I remember we did a race once where after zero hopping I died in this chase sequence because I had 0 stamina. Okay, sausage skip. Basically, in the next room, you're meant to run to the end of a table, grab on a chair, climb up, and then run back, like, on the table. However, at the very start, there's a sausage that's just dangling off the table, and if we run into it at a specific speed and interact with it at some point in the animation, we get zipped up to the top. Is that 2 first try sausage skips? It is. Oh my heavens. This is crazy. That, again, literally can lose minutes to that trick. That trick saved like 10 seconds, but it's so inconsistent and janky. And not only that, you need to get a good enough like zip upwards. Oh my god, I got a zip on magic carpet. That was crazy. You need to get like a good enough flick up to bait the fat guy that's sitting there to try and grab you, and then dodge that, and then climb up. Otherwise, he'll grab you and you die, which no one wants. Now here we have fat guy skip. This skip is the bane of my existence. You basically just need to jump over this fat guy. Nice, first try for both of us.
I mean, this is insane.
This is crazy close.
Oh, what are your PBs, by the way? Yeah, Kelly's does asking.
We're like 10 seconds apart, I think, right? I know I'm 8th and you're 10th. I think we're like literally like 10 seconds apart, our PBs.
Mine's a 34-29.
Oh yeah, okay. Mine's a 15, I think. 34-15.
Yeah.
Okay, now here we have a small little chase sequence. We're gonna be zero hopping through the first little bit, and that's because it regenerates your stamina, which is nice. Like midway through this chase sequence. Nice, beautiful zero hops from both of us there. Now, you can zero hop through this next bit, but it's very risky because if you even miss one jump, then the fat guys are normally gonna catch you and eat you, and then you die, and no one wants that. And your run dies. So, especially for marathon consistency, we'll just be, just run it through this next section. And then we're gonna have the last hunger skips of the run. Coming up after this last jump here. Dude, we're like actually tied. This is so crazy. Okay. Hunger skips. These ones are pretty awkward because... Oh, I missed the first one. Uh-oh. That's not good. But these ones are pretty awkward, especially the last one, because you're going to be moving really, really slowly. I don't know why these ones feel, like, harder than the others to me, but... Cubeel, I missed them both! No, I'm choking! And nice. Was that all 3 for you, Cubeel?
Yeah.
Oh, that might just decide the game. That might just do it. There's still, like, there's still a few minutes left in the run, but... At this point... There's really only one major skip left before the final chapter, which is relatively consistent. So we'll see. And Cubeel's gonna be going for it now. Normally, the lady is gonna go into the elevator and leave before you can do anything about it, and you have to wait for like 15 seconds before being able to go. But if you do very optimal jumping through here and get at the perfect angle, you could sneak in. Oh, and I missed it because I didn't get on it. And that I think that might be game, Cubeel. I mean, that just shows the volatility of this game. You know, like, we're tied and then a few minor mistakes and that's like a huge time swing. But anyway, yeah, you see what you have to do here normally. You have to hit this button. It loses about 15 seconds or so. Anyway though, the final chapter of the run already. It's kind of flown by. The Ladies' Quarter, it's by far the easiest chapter in the game, and it's the shortest. But things do happen. Admittedly, I think every runner has probably lost a run or two to this chapter doing something stupid. Yeah, so we're going to be crawling past this lady. There are some optimizations that you can do in this level to save some time, but especially for a marathon, and if you're not at like world record to like top 3 level, it's really just like not worth it. It's just making effective use of stamina management, and just, you know, making sure you don't get caught by the lady and die. Which would be sad, so let's not do that. You have to crouch past, but make sure you don't get too close. You just don't want to take too far of a line, because, you know, then it's suboptimal. It's kind of like finding that balance. Oh yeah, Cubeel, you didn't talk about your strat. Sorry, I was yapping away. Cubeel found this strat to break the break this vase and grab the key 100% consistently. It's a really good strat.
Yeah, I forgot about that strat as well, even though I just did it.
Yeah, so in this room you can do a really precise trick that I have no idea how it works, where you basically do a zip very similar to what you do in light skip zip, which we did in the prison, which was the first chapter of the run. However, you can turn it into this like weird infinite slide where you're sliding all the way to the end of the run. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, now that you've made it through this chase sequence, we're gonna grab this mirror that's gonna be in this next room and go fight the final boss, which isn't auto-scroller. There is a little bit of, there's technically variation, and you can technically save like a few seconds here and there, but for the most part, it's very straightforward. So with that being said, Cubeel, do you wanna say anything, because there's not really much to talk about in the final boss. I guess you can talk about the different spawn locations actually, if you wanted to.
Yeah,
talk about
so in the first two kills here, you like if you look to the left, like I'm doing right now, basically to the left, she's gonna spawn. She's gonna spawn on the right. I don't know what happened with my voice, and it's basically gonna be the same for this next one. And we're gonna look to the right this time. Well, basically to the right, top right, and she's gonna spawn on the left. And now it's just the auto scroller.
Yeah. And from here, yeah, the spawn points are 100% consistent, so there's no real worry about that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess to keep the marathon moving and on schedule, I guess we could wrap it up now and, well, not wrap up the run, but you know what I mean, like, say our thanks and whatnot. So, Cubeel, do you want to go first? If you want to say anything to close.
I would actually like to thank you for like coming into this community to make like you made me inspired to keep going. And I've had we've had a lot of races and it's been really fun.
It has been, yeah. 100% agree. Yeah, thanks to you too, honestly. Like, the races that we done, very motivating. I think I PB'd in a few of them, like...
Yeah.
And, you know, we started off at a very similar level and kind of just, like, naturally progressed together in this game, which has been pretty cool. And now we're both top 10, which is, like, awesome. It's just really cool, you know? How we both, like, kind of stayed on level with each other.
And that's time.
Oh, yeah, that's time, by the way. Sorry, I was yapping away. It's be time for Cubeel. Time be coming up for me in, like, 15 seconds or so. So, yeah, very close race, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Thanks so much for having me, Mark, and having us.
NPO.
And 3,
And with
2,
that,
1,
Cubeel.
time.
And with that, Cubeel gets the opportunity to donate $100 to charity. That's their prize for winning.
Oh, nice.
I'm kidding, by the way. It's not forced.
I mean, let me go munch on the lady. So, Cubeel, what was your final time without loads?
It is a 35-34.
34. Okay, my final time without loads was a 35-38. So yeah, really close race actually.
Wow.
But how much can go wrong in this game, and how often you'll see races, like a few days ago we were doing a race, Cubeel got like a 37 and I got like a 42. And that just kind of happens sometimes. Like, you'll just lose like 3 minutes on a segment because you miss a trick a couple times. Like, the fact that we got some really good runs, like only like a minute or so off our PBs, is like, I don't know about you, Cubeel, but I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Yeah.
Especially those kitchens. Those kitchens were crazy. Anyway, that being said, I guess that's it. Thanks for having us, and good luck to all the rest of us.
Thank you. I'll need it. Okay. So are we gonna keep watching the cutscene?
Oh well, no, I don't have to. Is
Oh,
it
okay.
like?
Okay, I'll transition over.
Okay. Okay, wait. So we're off now.